No, not the shoe.
Very much on stream. Hello, everybody. Happy Tuesday. Welcome to another episode of Delve Requisite here on Proficiency Bonus. This week's episode brought to you by Deep Curtis lore. Deep Curtis lore and long-winded, emotionally charged rants about the state of New Jersey.
Jersey's on fire and he has an alibi.
Does he?
We don't know where he was earlier.
Why was the internet out? What do you mean?
Why were you late, Curtis?
Why did I have to get a new phone? Huh?
Wait.
Oh, goodness.
I
As
just
you can
doxed
see,
us by accident for the memes.
as you can see, Adam is not going to be joining us tonight, so he'll be down one ALR. I have his character sheet up if it becomes relevant, just in case we need it, but we will press on gallantly without him. This week's episode is actually brought to you by Little Dragon Corp and Cardboard Castle. You get a link to those websites by typing !Little Dragon or !CCG into chat at any point during the stream. Go ahead and check them out. Thank you, Little Dragon Corp and Cardboard Castle. If you do buy something from Cardboard Castle, like perhaps some dice, because that's what they sell, you can use our code BONUS at checkout to get 15% off of your order. So, let's jump into our recap. You guys are in deep doo-doo. You are in the capital city of the Ignean Empire, Shivasanvaria, where you have come to retrieve an choronotech device capable of allowing you to utilize chronomancy, to gaze at visions of the past and learn, essentially learn what the Brotherhood of Artanis has learned, using this same device to help hatch their schemes, so that you can hopefully find out what in the hell they're up to. Your infiltration mission of the palace complex of the Empire has gone a little off the rails, blending in with the crowds heading to the palace on the coattails of a military parade to see some sort of an address by the Emperor himself. You guys made it as far as essentially the courtyard of the Imperial Palace, kind of blending in before the fact that you were a group of armed and armored infiltrators was picked out by the Imperial Guards. A whole bunch of scuffling and kerfuffling later, you guys have managed to break loose of your pursuers, make a run for it, and enter into the Hyacturatas, the state complex of the Ignean Empire, and the destination where your prize is potentially to be found. You have not done so without notice, though. You had to kill several Imperial guards to break free and get here, and there are many, many more hot on your heels. So I will rejoin you guys tonight as you essentially run up the steps to this facility. If you remember, you turned around. The two guys that you rubed with a time travel bit into letting you pass got executed on the spot by the rest of the Imperial Guards, and they died like the guy from Willem Dafoe in Platoon that we talked about before stream for a little bit too long, perhaps, and then you slam the door shut. You probably only have about a minute before all of those guards reach that door. You turn around, taking a quick survey of the area, and what you see is that you are in a large marble atrium. There are high windows on the wall behind you, with stained glass images of the Emperor and other high elf imagery that are casting this like kaleidoscopic, multifaceted array of light down on the floor of this chamber. You see that on the far side of this massive atrium, there is like a rounded interior wall that has all these like archways. It almost looks like when you like walk into like the the back of like a theater, and like with all those doors being like the entrances into like where all the like the seats for the rows of the theater seating would be. You do see like a few other like doors that lead to probably other parts of the complex, and in the very center of the farthest back wall, there is like a massive like pillar that has this like purple luminescent like crystalline stripe extending from floor like up into the ceiling and away out of this chamber. There is a fountain in the center of the space, depicting a regal elven figure who is like holding out a hand, and there's like a bird like in like mid flap of the wings, like alighting on their outstretched hand. The chamber is appears to be empty at this point, from what you see. It is quiet. The boom of the door and like your footsteps like echo loudly throughout this space.
Well, where would they keep the valuables?
Don't we all know we know they're in a vault. It's all like in like this one vault space down below.
Yes, that's the only information you have.
And we also know that there's like an anti-magic field down there somewhere. Yes.
You know that parts of the building have been built with like built-in anti-magic fields in certain chambers. What's everybody's passive perceptions?
I am finding that out now. As
Good.
opening my.
Well,
I've been 11. We need Aylar.
13.
Yeah, Aylar has a high passive perception.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah, let me get Alar's because
I have a 10 passive perception.
Oh, I'm usually the worst at this. Thank you.
ours is a 20 somehow.
I have a. Well, he has a feat for it, I think.
Yeah, I think he took.
Oh no, not a feat. The other thing, expertise.
Very well. He is the only one with a high enough passive. As you guys are like discussing, like, where do we go? What do we do? Alar like whirls around and levels his crossbow at like the base of the fountain, and he just goes, hands up, come out real slow, and an individual steps out from like around the back of the fountain. They are elven, high elven in heritage. They appear to be a perhaps mid 30s ish in age, male seemingly, wearing just like sort of like finery in like the Ignean imperial colors. He steps out. He's holding his hands up, showing you that like there is nothing in them. He takes a couple of steps like forward, out, around, and he stops. Anybody who would like can make an insight check.
Let me roll that +0. Oh, I got a 13.
16.
11.
My character sheet is acting up because of the
Uh-oh.
internet. Sorry. It is 10.
10?
Mm-hmm.
10.
Yes.
I heard Brom had 11.
13 for Walter and
13 for
16
Walter.
for
16 for Ron.
Six.
for
16.
Rowan, so you guys all kind of can tell, like, he's, like, looking at you guys with, like, a pretty even expression. He doesn't look, like he's necessarily, like, afraid or terrified. He's got kind of a set expression on his face. Rowan, you see him, like, looking, kind of like is looking at you. He's looking at the doors behind you, and he speaks very quickly, and he says, "You do not have much time. They will be at the door in a moment. I will help you."
move now.
He does not wait for a second instruction.
Guess we're just gonna trust him.
Moves
Yeah, have a choice.
like quickly. He like breaks into a run across the intervening space. Alar is like tracking him with the crossbow the whole way. He runs to the like one of the archways behind you, where you passed through like after coming in the door, and you see that there is more of this like luminescent like crystalline glowing purple veins of stuff like spiderwebbed through the marble architecture of this space. He moves over to something that is about like waist height on this piece of the wall, and he pulls something like on a lanyard from like inside his doublet, and it is like a thin sort of like this size, this shape thing made of a similar like glowing crystalline structure. He taps it against this like panel on the wall, and a series of like three-dimensional runes appear out, and he quickly like uses his other hand to like manipulate these runes, and the crystalline structure like around all of these doors and around this chamber immediately turn red, and you hear this like internal like chunk, and the doors that you guys came in like glow red around the borders. He like takes a step back, still like holding that thing in his hand. He says, "I have put the complex in lockdown. It is not a measure that will keep them out for long, but it will buy you time."
Okay, I guess.
Who are you and why are you
What do
helping
we call
us?
you as we are trusting you right now?
He looks at you and he says, "My name is Claude Datry. I am no one of any importance, but I know who you are. I recognize you all from your wanted posters. You are no friends of the Empire. The price on your head is high enough that a man could live comfortably for him and his family for the rest of his life, which means that the Empire thinks you are dangerous enough to him that whatever it is you are doing, it is worth helping you do it."
You want the Empire to fall, or the Emperor specifically to fall?
He looks at you and he says, "No government is a monolith. Not everyone who lives in the Empire believes in the glorious vision, the elven supremacy, the caste system, this thinly veiled genocide being lauded as a reclamation of our ancestral homeland. The Emperor shakes his head and says, the Emperor is a tyrant. They are imperialist. They are xenophobes. And there are plenty within the Empire who would see them stopped.
Well,
Good enough for now, I
you
guess.
got another one of those key cards? One purple key card, please.
He he like holds it out to you, to give it to you if you want to take it. And he says, "What is it that you seek here? Perhaps I can help you."
I can find it as long as the magic holds, and I'm going to cast Locate Object on what I know this to be.
Okay. How close do
I
you
have
have
been
to
very
be?
close. So, Locate Object is anything within 1,000 feet of me, as long as I have seen it up close
Okay.
at least once in my life, and I
You
have.
cannot sense it from here.
We need your most
Deep.
secure vaults where they would keep magical artifacts.
He says,
I'm going to
This
keep
way.
concentrating on it so that I know if we're getting close or not, because it lasts for 10 minutes.
okay. He leads you across the atrium. He says, quickly. He says, it will not take them long to fetch someone with the appropriate clearance to override my lockdown. He says, I am only a mid-level administrator here. He brings you over to that like large pillar thing on the far side of the room. As he approaches it, another like runed like keypad essentially appears, and he points to a placard on the wall next to it, which you realize is those of you who can read Elvish, that is, you realize essentially is a directory that shows like what stuff is on the various levels of the Hayak Turatas. You can quickly see that you're on the ground level, as indicated by like a little like indicator, which has listed the atrium, which you presume you are in. Also has a chamber called the Dictarium listed as being on this floor. The second floor is listed as the Grand Mezzanine. Then floors 3 through 8 are listed as like various offices and meeting rooms. In the other direction, there is subfloors 1 through 4. They are labeled as follows. Subfloor 1, Records. Subfloor 2, Ark of Heritage. Subfloor 3, Tome Repository. Subfloor 4, Vault Arcana. He holds out that key card to you again. He says, my key card will grant you access to any of the subfloors and any of the office levels above. I do not know what you seek. If it is a relic of some sort, the Vault Arcana is probably your best bet. But you said that you are looking for the most secure chamber?
Yes.
He pushes something on that keypad, and the part of this pillar like slides open, revealing a small square like compartment. It's a fucking high fantasy elevator. In case that wasn't clear. He like gestures you guys into this elevator, and he points to an unlabeled button below subfloor 4. He says, there is one more sub-basement here. I do not know what is in it. I do not have access.
Does it look like he's coming with us to help us through this?
It looks
keycard
like
system?
he's like kind of playing. You start to get the sense that he's like playing this by ear, as like when all of these alarms got raised and he like got a glimpse of you guys and like recognized you as like these like massively wanted enemies of the Empire, and just like made this snap judgment like, I'm gonna help these people. And he does, like, he's really, like, by the seat of his pants right now. So, like, essentially, if you tell him to come with you, he'll come with you. If you, like, take his key card and, like, beat feet, he'll get out of here.
Fake hostage?
No.
Or let him...
DM question.
Yes.
Do we know approximately how much air is in our shared bag of holding?
No, I don't think you have any way to know that. That would take some extensive, like, testing and messing with it, and I don't think in character the question of, like, air volume has ever arisen as it relates to bags of holding.
Come with us. We may need you to get through some doors. We can bully our way through them sometimes, probably, maybe, but having anyone that knows anything about this place is going to be invaluable to us. I have myself and this gentleman here have connections in Voland if you need to not be in this country anymore in the future. They don't ask any questions.
As he is about to respond, there is like a tone that sounds throughout the chamber, and the front doors open, and like guards begin to pour in. Seeing him with you, then he's like, and steps into the elevator.
Nope. Yeah, okay. I was gonna say if he doesn't immediately step in the elevator, I was gonna bag him.
As soon as they see him like with you guys, he's like, "Well, I guess that decision's made," and he just gets in the elevator.
And then we'll, yeah.
You guys are, as everybody's piling in. Okay. So the guards begin like running across the chamber, shouting. Once the last of you guys are in, he hits part of the control panel and like shuts the doors.
I was gonna say, I think we're gonna be Eldritch blasting if the doors are too slow and just like
that's
the thing. Yeah, okay.
Whatever this Ignean technology is, they didn't skimp out on the door open, door close buttons. As soon as he pushes that button, the doors go, and then he like does something else on the panel, and he's like, I have locked the elevator for now. At least until we make use of it, it will keep them out. He says, if you have a best guess on where whatever you're seeking is, and want to make one shot, or if you want to go to multiple floors, you're going to have to split up, I think.
I think we should work our way up together. So we'll start at the fifth. Start at the bottom. He can't get to the fifth?
He says, no, he says, I do not have access. He says, the only way that we could gain access is if we steal an access card from the High Imperial Council's office on the top floor.
What?
He says, I can keep them out of the elevator long enough to
go up and then
send people to the floors they wish to go to. And then I can break the elevator behind us, at least for a time.
Well, you want to try to steal the key card? We have 2 rounds to make this decision. Let's go.
This is up to you guys.
I imagine, not to put words in its mouth, but Alar would probably be a fan of like stealing the MacGuffin to get to the 5th floor. What you thinking, Brom?
Like stealing?
Stealing. So you want to? Let's just all go to the first floor. Just bully our way through together. Try to make it down to the 5th floor directly. Yeah. I like the idea of stealing stuff from the 4th floor too, but we need to get to the 5th floor before we get murdered to death by guards.
Alar's on board with that plan. He would also, that seems like an Adam thing. He would also be like, well, we can always, like, take different floors after we get this key card if we want to try and see stuff on, steal stuff from different floors.
Yeah.
I'm generally on board with that idea.
Okay, so you guys want to head to the 8th floor, essentially, to get to the top.
Yep.
Wherever he thinks a chance to get a key card to get us to the 5th.
Yes, he tells you, I am Imperial Consul Leroth. Aaron's office is on the 8th floor. I know for a fact that he is not here. He is in the palace. He was with the Emperor making preparations for his speech. So the office will be empty, however, not unguarded. You should be prepared.
How long approximately will it take to get up there?
He says the elevator is quite rapid. It will not take more than 20 or 30 seconds to get to the top.
Okay. So like, as he says that, I guess the door's open.
He hasn't hit the button yet. He
okay.
essentially hit the close close doors and then hit whatever that emergency button is to stop it so they can't open it from the outside.
Gotcha.
So he can he essentially can keep the elevator occupied as long as you guys want to keep using it. But it's obviously there's stairs as well. So essentially he's I'll keep them from getting the elevator. We can go to different floors and stuff like that. But they're gonna that's only gonna buy you so much time before they pick the right floor and catch you.
Gotcha. All right. Sure.
8th floor.
And bing, 8th floor. You rapidly begin to ascend. The doors open, and you find yourself in a wide, spacious, grandly appointed office at the very top of this building. The entire back wall of this office seems like it actually goes all the way through the rock formation that this has been built into, and it's all windows that has a view of the sloping grand valley on the far side of the city. There's a desk at one far end, a series of sitting chairs and lounge areas, some a large conference table on one side of the space, some bookshelves with some things. There's a drink cart with a decanter of something very expensive in it, expensive looking
Bag.
bag. Sure. And flanking the desk on either side are these two guard in guard position armors. Oh, is it dog preventative time? We just slammed our way in the room here to give the dog a treat. We left. He points at the armors, and he says, if you get too close, they are enchanted. He says, I should be able to approach the desk. I can perhaps find a key card, but it is likely that when I take it from the desk, the enchantment will be triggered and they will attack me.
How close can I get to them without them going off?
He says, you can get within about 20 feet of the desk, give or take. I think I have never seen them activate personally. This is...
I'll move about 15 feet up, just so I'm close enough to run in and help him if they do.
I would say, I think Alar would probably ledger main and try to pull the desk drawers open.
Okay, I can do that.
With his magic invisible mage hand. I feel like that would be an Alar thing.
Okay.
Walter, we'll just let him try to fish around with his little magic hands. Maybe toss stuff on the desk on top of it, see what happens. It's 30 feet range, so that keeps us outside of that 20 foot.
Okay. Okay. Uh-oh.
Curtis's internet went boop.
Oh, of course it did. We'll see how this goes. Because if he's going to continue to struggle, we may have to postpone for another time.
How's a? Yeah.
We wait to see what happens there. Somebody go ahead and roll a sleight of hand check for me for him with his
Hold on. Let me see if I can pull this sheet up.
spook man. It's plus 11 for his sleight of hand. So let's roll roll d20 plus
D20
11.
plus
11.
Jeez. You got it? I got it.
I have the same advantage.
You should roll
That's
it.
an 18 plus 11.
That's 18
that's a roll right
Sorry,
there.
Aylar.
18 plus 11 is very good.
It's 29.
With some instruction from Claude, Aylar like begins to make this attempt, and Claude tells him like he is pretty sure. He's like, pretty sure that like the top center like pen drawer is where he can find what he's looking for. With that sleight of hand check, he like manages to like slide the drawer open and like rummage around, and like first shot comes up with like a key card. But like just as he's like got it, it seems that like just the like even the hand like rummaging the desk triggers the defensive spells in here, as both of those statues like instantaneously like come to like animate, step off of their pedestals, and like begin charging towards you guys. And I'm gonna need everybody to roll initiative.
All right. Oh no.
Well, shit.
I used my good roll on ALR. That's an 8.
Oh, natural 20, 25. What a waste of a nat 20.
That's not good. Why do I always look to see if I have an initiative bonus? I know I don't have an initiative bonus. That's a 5.
Oh, hey, you're right behind me.
I always look. I'm like, oh, do I have... No. I hope it's just going to magically appear one day that I have an initiative bonus.
I will see if I can get Alar. Osrius.
Osiris.
I'll roll. I'll tell you what, if the way that I rolled for the people that I rolled, the 2 player characters and the NPC I rolled initiative for is indicative of how I'm going to roll the rest of the night, you guys are going to have a good night. Alrighty, 2 of these animated armors charging at you, Brahm. You are the first to react.
Okay. Let's see what I got left. How close together are they? Like apart from each other?
They're probably like 10 feet apart.
Okay. I'm gonna use the Bandor.
Okay.
And I'm gonna cast Entangle.
Alrighty. And those the deck saves are a 4 and a 2.
They both super fail.
Both mega fail. So they are restrained, right?
Yes.
Alrighty. So on your turn, you strike the chord on the Bandor. Your chords of guitar strings wrap around them. They are like, it's a terrible like metal on metal noise as the like cordage scrapes against the armor of these things. Alar is gonna be next. He will.
Question though for that. Did his mage hand bring him the key card already? Does he have it in his hand?
probably
He will
have to-
use his bonus action, right, to move his mage hand.
I believe that is the case. Yes.
He'll use his bonus action to bring the mage hand to him, catch the key card, put it in his breast pocket. Man, I forgot that he had this until I just looked at his character sheet. This man, the weapon that this man has been using, and not saying it every time like he rightfully should be. This man is using Senor Chopasso.
No, that's. Oh yeah, he's got Senor Chopasso.
He has Senor Chopasso, which I didn't remember, and he's been using it all of this time and has not been declaring that he attacked with Senor Chopasso.
Wait,
Gotta
why
have a
does,
talk with him later.
does he have Senor Chop? I still have Senor Chopasso.
Senor Chopasso is on his character sheet as his
He
primary weapon.
I think he temporarily received it until something else happened.
Yeah, because I was gonna say I've been using it.
Well, we got to resolve that because I think you're both using it, and one of you needs to give that.
Well,
weapon
Braum
back.
was the one. Braum was the one who got it from that guy.
Well, we'll deal with
But
that.
he
later.
he temporarily had it for some reason I don't
He
remember.
did have it, but I don't remember the details.
Well, it's the only melee weapon on his character sheet, so he's clearly been using it.
Doesn't he have his foldable rapier?
Not on his character sheet.
I
well,
don't remember
anyway.
giving it. If I the only reason I would have given him Senor Chopasso was if I got a different.
We'll have to deal with it.
Anyway, it doesn't matter for
Weapon.
now. He's
I
also
didn't-
not going to go into melee. He also He also doesn't have. Something's got to be up here. He must be using a.
He must have.
Because he
you must
doesn't have
an
a
old-
crossbow on his
You must have an
sheet
old.
either.
You probably have an old. Hold on.
I mean, it's his level 10 sheet. He's got damage taken from last week.
He has a dagger equipped. I think he's in a rapier, a regular rapier.
I think what he's going to do is he's going to hold his action because he's not going to get any closer to these things if he doesn't have to. And he's just like, okay, I got it. And that's his turn. Osrius will also hold his action since Curtis is fighting the internet. And that will bring us to the golems. Which need to, make a strength check to try and break out?
Yes.
Well, that's a pair of 11s.
Good enough.
What is
All right.
their modifier?
5. Their modifier is a +5.
And it still ended up being 11?
Yeah, they rolled real bad.
Nice.
Okay, they stuck. They stuck as hell.
Alright.
And that brings us, Walter, to you.
What was his name? What was his man's
Claude.
name?
Cloud.
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 I'm gonna turn directly to him and say, Claude, we have what we need? Do we need anything else in this room?
It's like, wait, let's get the fuck out of here.
Cool. I'm gonna class create bonfire on the desk,
Okay.
and then I'm going to run away.
Okay, so the desk bursts into flame, and you go back into the elevator. Claude will follow you on his turn, and Rowan, that brings us to you.
Backing up to the elevator, making sure everyone gets in.
So the less time we have to give the guards to catch up to
Yeah.
us, the better we are, and maybe those golems will try to put the fire out. That's Walter logic and not just pure chaos. Oh, you're muted.
I don't know why I was
Is
muted.
Matt muted for?
I was muted. I don't know why. The doors close, and Claude looks to you guys, and he says, "Where do you want to go? All the way down? Do you want to split up and look at the trying to look on the different floors?"
We need to get what we came for. We can dick around the other floors after
Yeah.
the fact.
We don't have time
If we have time after we get what we need, then we can look around for stuff. But otherwise, we should go straight to the 5th floor.
He puts the ALR puts the stolen key card to like the control panel and pushes the button to the unmarked 5th sublevel. and you guys rapidly begin to descend. After about 30 seconds, the elevator comes to a stop.
Do I, with keeping concentration on locate object, does it feel within 1,000 feet of me now?
Yes.
I know which direction it's in. I know.
Yeah, so what happens is, as you are descending, when you get back to the main level, as you descend down, like somewhere between floor, like the main floor and like sub-basement 1 or sub-basement 2, like somewhere there, it like pings onto your sense. It is below you, and you sense it like rapidly coming closer to you. As you pass sub-level 4, the Vault Arcana, you feel it like it goes past you. It's on. You
Shit.
can tell
Shit.
it's on level 4, and
Need to
you
go back up.
you hit
Well, let's.
level 5. And
You
the
guys
door's
can dick
open.
around level 5. I need to get to level 4.
I'm gonna take half of us to level 4. You go to level 4.
Let me
I'll
hang
look
on.
for-
Let me describe what you see when the door opens, and
Okay,
then you
yeah.
can do what you can do. The door's open, and what you see is that sub level 5 is one singular space. It is vaguely like hexagonal, you think, though only like some of the walls are like worked stone, and they kind of like merge with like natural stone of the interior of like the mountain or the ground. You're not sure how deep you are at this point. But clearly this chamber has been like excavated from beneath the ground. The floor is totally like flat and featureless, save for about 50 feet away from you. There is a raised dais about 60 feet in diameter. On each of the walls, there is a huge, like, metal opening out of which these, like, gargantuan, greenish, metallic chains extend. Similar in, like, size and caliber to the ones that were, like, holding up that, the boulder that kept the teleportation circle from being crushed. These just appear to be like coming out of the wall, and oddly enough, almost as if it's like a trick of the mind, as they get closer to the center of this chamber, the links of the chain seem to get like smaller and smaller and smaller, until at the center, a very like normal, mundane sized set of these chains are attached to manacles, which are on the hands, legs, and neck of a very, like, normal-looking halfling. Sort of a middle-aged, slightly portly-looking halfling man, who is just sort of like sitting in the center of the chamber. His like head is kind of drooped to his chest as if he is sleeping. The chamber is lit from like a like these sort of like spotlight crystalline structures that are like casting a little bit of like beams of light down to give enough illumination to see, and that is all that is in this chamber.
I'm gonna look directly at Rowan. I
don't know what the
Brom? Us? Alar? I cast message at the halfling. Say, hey,
Don't just use your words.
I don't want to trigger anything. I'm going to. I don't want to trigger anything bad. I'm gonna cast message and say, hey, buddy, what you doing down here?
I think here's what we're gonna do. You you send that message out, and the halfling like stirs, wakes up, and looks in your direction. As he does, you see a flare of like magic illuminates on the bands that are like restraining him, and like sort of flares upwards up the chains into the exterior of this building. And in your mind, you get the message back. Oh, you've come. I hoped you would. And he like looks at all of you, and he says, wait. This is out loud, by the way. He switches for this part. He says, wait a minute. Where's Kel? And Alar looks at him and goes, wait a minute. Arnold? And I think that's going to be the early cliffhanger end of the session, as we are now down 2 people halfway through.
We found an Arnold Palmer in the basement, and that's the cliffhanger.
You found a halfling who seems know about Kel, and who
then
Alar
Alar
apparently knows.
Oh boy.
2 things I
Question
don't
for the
like.
notes. How long have I had locate object running at this point? I cast it right before we got
Probably not more than
atrium.
3 or 4 minutes. You probably still have about half the runtime on it. Did
I
not
say,
take you long to get.
If it's
Taking a note, 'cause I don't know
30
what this is
seconds
gonna
up
be.
and down, 1 minute to get into the room and
I am
fish
just
around.
making sure, because who knows how long this is gonna take, because I can't leave you guys to get annihilated by this halfling or whatever the heck's about to happen here. Or can I?
I don't think it's a halfling somehow.
I think it might be a halfling.
I don't think it's a halfling.
I don't trust Matt.
It's Tori and Adrian.
It's.
It doesn't. It is now.
She has bonfire. Create bonfire.
Tori and Adrian does know that Kel is long gone.
Yeah, it's fair.
Yeah, maybe not this Tori and Adrian.
Oh yeah, this is universe.
That's right.
356.
Welcome to Delve Requisite into the Adrian verse.
Oh god, I quit.
Well, all right.
Isn't that just the Loki TV show?
Yeah. Well, thank you guys for joining me tonight. Sorry, our technical difficulties have brought an end to tonight's session, but I can only look at the top of Jason's head like Wilson from Home Improvement for so long on the stream.
Oh, yep. I just looked
sorry.
at it.
I'm sorry.
That's all right. It's not your
It's
fault.
not like
It's
you did it on
Pittsburgh's
purpose,
fault.
dude.
Look, Canada's on fire. Things happen.
Apparently, yeah, Canada being on fire and just a whole bunch of crap today.
Messing up the cell phone
just-
internet.
I can't, destroying my phone. Canada fires destroyed my phone.
All right. Well, thanks, Canada.
Thanks, Canada.
Aliens
Thanks,
stole my
Canada.
husband. Canada fires broke my phone.
All right. Well, sorry for the short episode tonight, folks.
Sorry.
Hate to leave you on a incomplete session there, but we'll try this again next week when the fates have different plans for us. We hope. Until next time, be sure to check out our sponsors, Little Dragon Corp and Cardboard Castle. You can go watch, go get caught up on all of our back episodes, if you'd like, by following us on YouTube, looking for Proficiency Bonus there. Be sure to check out our other streams whenever we have them. Questionable. And a Spelljammer wrapped up, so it might just be us for a while, folks. We'll see how it goes.
Not just. You're welcome.
I'm sorry.
No, there's plenty more good stuff in the works.
There's lots coming, yeah.
Much coming. Some very exciting stuff that I was just talking with DM Michael about a couple of days ago. But we'll see how that all shakes out in the future. Until then, have a wonderful rest of your week. Happy Pride Month, everybody! Hey, it's our first episode during Pride, and we love you. Bye.